Hi and welcome. In this lesson, we are going to discuss how you can protect yourself and how to ensure that you do not lose your time and money or get demotivated. Why do you need to protect yourself? One, it is easy to put in so much work and get little output. The second reason is there are clients who can take advantage of you. And three, there are difficult clients who can subject you to unlimited revisions and end up frustrating you and you get demotivated. 4. Some clients are scammers who can actually refuse to pay you or disappear with your money after you have done your due diligence and submitted all the work as agreed. 5. There are loopholes which can make you lose more money and therefore you need to protect yourself from these risks just like any other business. So, but why does it matter? It matters because you need the peace of mind so that you can be productive. Also, financial well-being of the business is of importance and you need this. Then you need to protect yourself so that you can keep work coming. And 4, you need to avoid unnecessary quarrels or misunderstanding with the clients. And so setting things up early on well makes you a good shopkeeper. In quotes. And lastly, the last reason is it works both for job bidding sites and private clients, but is an integral part of private client framework. You need to protect yourself and your work. So, how do you notice bad clients? That is the first aspect of protecting yourselves. One, you will spot them if they are looking towards an exit even before the commencement of the job. That is the first red flag. The second red flag is that they are concentrating and complaining more on the price rather than on the scope of work and quality delivered. So if you see a client or a prospect who is concentrating and complaining more on the price rather than the scope of the work, of the quality delivered, you notice you might have problems later on. The third red flag is they don't want to pay upfront. For me and my business, I charge 60, an upward of 60% upfront, and then the 40% is paid later. I make sure that I have 40%, which is the running costs, and 20% is the profit, and then the remaining can be paid even if the client decides not to pay. I will still have my expenses covered. Okay, so if the client does not want to pay upfront, means they are not seeing the value in that project, and they might not pay as required. And the fourth one is they don't want to sign necessary documents when prompted to. So this is a client who doesn't want any legal commitment, and they are worried that their action may have repercussions later on. Fifth is that they are constantly unavailable to discuss key matters pertaining to the work, but they are available when they want revisions. Or, what is sixth is that they don't want to accommodate your views rather than they insist on their own way. They don't want you to contribute, even if you give a new perspective to the project, they insist on their own way. These are uh, ways that you can notice that they are going to be a problem to deal with. And then if they are on the job bidding site, their payment isn't verified. Okay, so they have a problem with making commitments. And so how can you protect yourself? So you can protect yourself in several ways. And one of the ways is to use a contract. And always have a written contract or a written agreement in your proposal. Make sure it is converted into an agreement. That is, it has integrated uh, proposal elements and the agreement elements, outlining the project scope, deadlines, payment terms, and deliverables. This legally protects you and the client, and it sets clear expectations. So both of you are catered for. Then introduce upfront payment. So request a percentage of the payment upfront, especially for larger projects. This ensures that the client commitment is there and reduces risk of flight. I call it flight because sometimes the client can transfer all the cost to you and then they take your work and go. So we suggest that you take at least 40% upfront, which covers all your expenses, running cost expenses. And then the third one is use reputable platforms. If you are going to use the job bidding site, freelance platforms like Upwork and Fiverr provide some protection through dispute resolution systems. They also have secure payment processes and verified client accounts. So when you're starting, you can start with marketplaces, but ensure that you look out on those. Make sure if there is an issue, you communicate it through the resolution processes. And then the platforms, they have secure payment processes like milestone payment and escrow system. And the clients need to have their profile verified. Then you need to screen your clients. So when you are researching when you are researching for these clients, or when you are in the job bidding sites, check the reviews from other people who have worked with these clients and look for red flags. So if you see vague requests, reluctance to provide details, or refusal to sign contracts, trust your instincts if something feels off, because it is going to prove you right at the end. And then set clear boundaries. Establish boundaries on communication, project scope, and additional work to avoid scope creep. And be wary of clients who continuously change requirements without discussing compensation. Okay, so set clear boundaries. If your boundaries are overstepped, they either pay or they either pay additional, or you drop the project altogether. And then the other one is milestone payment. Well, if the project is going to be long, break it into smaller manageable tasks, and for each task have a milestone payment done. So this will ensure that you receive partial payment as you complete portions of the project, which will minimize your losses if things go wrong. Okay, sometimes there are clients who take on large projects like this. You start delivering, and when you have delivered the MVP, that is a minimum viable product, now they start acting up, or they go with your money. So have milestone payments put in place. So you're broken up the project into smaller chunks. Make sure you are being paid partially for each portion the project, even as you work on completing it. If the project is large and maybe going to take more than 3 months, or more than 2 months, more than 2 months, maybe 2 to 3 months or longer, make sure that it has those milestone payments put in place. Then I want you to document everything. Keep a detailed record of all client interactions, agreements, and payments. This can be used as evidence if any dispute arises, and if you need to escalate this into a legal court of law, and you are claiming your side of the story. So document everything, every communication. If the communication is on over the phone, have notes written down of the call. And then, because in case of anything, this can be used as evidence and you're going to win. And then the other thing is avoid free work. Be cautious of clients asking for free trials or samples beyond your portfolio. they may be trying to get work without paying. So if they want samples, have samples ready. Provide them with the sample that you have already done, not with new work. Okay? And if they are not okay with what you have in your portfolio, they might be trying to get work without paying for it. So avoid free work. The only thing that you are trading here is your time and your skills. So if somebody cannot compensate you for your time and skills, then they are outrightly robbing you. Yeah? Another thing is to secure payment methods. Use secure payment methods. So only accept payments through secure platforms like PayPal or bank transfer. So avoid checks or unconventional payment methods like gift cards. So I guess there we are okay. And lastly, trust your instincts. If a client seems too demanding, vague, or unwilling to agree to standard professional practices, consider walking away from the opportunity. Scammers often prey on freelancers who hesitate to say no. Don't let your lack mentality make you miserable or frustrated. People are going to steal and drain your energy. So protect yourself, trust in your instinct. If you see the client is not is fishy, run away. Because if you don't run away, they are going to run away with your work, with your hard energy and your money. In conclusion, I need you to trust your instincts. I also need you to avoid the lack mentality, and I also want you to document everything because it will save you. And with that in mind, I'm going to attach templates of contract at the end of the course. So thank you so much. See you in the next one.